on the first board, the bidding went 2 no trump, pass, 3 no trump, 4 hearts, double, pass, pass, pass. So do you think it's clear to bid 3 no trump over 2 no trump on these kind of hands?
Actually, I don't think it's clear. If I just had a king and no suit of 5 cards even, I would definitely pass. If I had a king and 10/5, a 5-card suit, I would probably pass. The 6-card suit, I thought that it was so unlikely we would make exactly 8 tricks that I thought, I'm just not going to guess here. I'm just going to play 3 no trumps and.
Sure.
And
do you
so
think the
be it.
scoring format affected your decision or not really? 6-card
Well,
suit to 6-card
it's
suit?
a little bit funny because we're playing an unusual form of scoring where you just need to score more than the other room to win. But I decided that I'm not going to think too much about that because I don't think that's exactly real bridge. So I've decided that I'm just going to play what I consider to be good bridge.
Okay.
And accept that we're playing this scoring method. And I think 3-no is just a normal human bid. So I didn't want to second guess myself, and that's the bid I made.
Sure. And that's probably the clearest call in the auction so far where anyone had a decision. Now we come to West. Would you bid with the West hand?
Yeah, I would probably bid. Yeah. I don't want to sit there and watch partner lead a spade and nothing good happens.
Yeah.
But, it could be an absolute disaster to bid. But I guess I would bid. I mean, it depends a bit on
Sure.
the vulnerability situation. If we're vulnerable and they're not, I would certainly pass. I think this was equal.
Yeah, it's Lovell, first board. Yeah.
It's not clear. You take a guess.
Yeah, and you probably set the tone for the event if you're going to
I agree.
take a bid with this sort of hand. And now your partner had to decide whether he was going to double or whether he'd like the auction to continue.
Yeah, it's a funny area. I mean, normally if it goes 2 no trumps, 3 no trumps, we're not going to pass them out. So he could pass 4 hearts, which we're never going to pass 4 hearts out. So he could pass it round to me. So the question is, what's the difference between him passing and doubling? And really, pass by him should suggest he has a hand that is suitable for me bidding on. So probably a pure hand with 2 small hearts, and he can stand me maybe bidding 5 of a minor. So he doubles with most hands where his hand doesn't look attractive for me bidding on, and the wasted Queen of Hearts doesn't look great. So he just, it seems normal for him to double and say, I just think we should play 4 hearts doubled.
Yeah, although as it happens today, 4 no trump will likely make on a heart lead.
Yeah, you have to guess the play.
Sure.
You have to duck the first heart, which could be wrong, but it's percentage, I think, as I worked out. And then they switch to a diamond, and then you have to play a heart yourself. So it gets a bit funky. And also, I think we could have got 500 as well if we got the defence right.
On paper, you've done the right thing. So now, opening lead, your partner led a top spade, which seems normal enough.
Yeah, I saw the dummy. A little bit scary dummy. It's not a bad dummy. There's a club trick in there and a doubleton, but I'm over roughing the dummy. At this stage, I have really little to think about. I just play the 9 of spades.
Yeah.
Give partner count.
And now your partner had a bit of a tough decision.
Yeah.
It seems likely from the bidding that De Clara has a 2-suiter.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, but it's easier to be dealt 6 and 5 than to be dealt 8 or 9 hearts or whatever.
Yeah.
So presumably he thought he was cutting down on dummies roughs and he switched to a heart.
He did. He switched to a low heart. I think he was worried that if he played the queen that he might allow an entry to the club king. When he played a low heart, there was no point in me playing the king.
Yeah, otherwise De Clara obviously could have had ace, queen, jack and it'd be silly to play the king.
So I just played the 5, retaining the 8 as an over rough and not giving away anything in the suit. Unfortunately, the hand was over now. De Clara could win cheaply, lay down the ace of hearts and just concede 1 spade, 1 club, 2 diamonds and 1 heart, which is only 2 down, which is 300, which is less than 3 no.
Had he returned the queen of hearts, you would have scored a diamond rough eventually, right?
Yes, although we have to be a little bit careful. After the queen of hearts, if De Clara wins the ace, then the defence is easy, because when De Clara plays the jack, I just win the king and switch to my doubleton diamond and I get a rough. But if De Clara ducks the queen of hearts, then my partner can't play another heart. So what he actually has to do is cash the ace of clubs to avoid being on lead and then play the top spade, setting up the spades and letting De Clara rough. But De Clara is stuck in hand and has to play a red suit and we get our 500. But it's
That's
so
quite difficult to do. Declare has to duck as well,
Yeah.
which is also difficult. So that definitely would have challenged.
Yeah, I mean,
Declare a bit
I
more.
actually think partner should have played the Queen of Hearts. And if Declare counters by ducking, whether one finds what to do next, it's not clear because you might just continue Hearts. It's a reasonable play. So, yeah, we didn't get it right, unfortunately.
Certainly tough.
Yeah.
So on the second hand, it went 1 no trump pass, 3 no trump. I think some players might have chosen to show the clubs, but perhaps it's most effective just to bid 3 no trump. And
I would definitely bid 3 no. I can't see, I mean, why tell the opponents and give them a chance to double something for the lead?
Sure, I think that actually happened at the other table.
That happened. They got to double 2 spade. Sorry about whoever was whoever was there, but I don't really understand.
It's difficult to imagine what other contract you're going to play. So.
Yeah, I would just bid 3 no and let the opponents guess the lead.
Okay, so you led the 10 of hearts, which seems normal enough.
Yeah, I mean, some people might think you should lead a diamond because they're stronger, but with the no stamen, for me, you normally lead a major.
Yeah, and I think probably at this form of scoring, you'd be very frightened of making an aggressive lead and giving away a trick.
It's true.
If your hearts and diamonds were swapped, would you lead a heart or a diamond?
That is a really good question. It does depend a little bit on the form of scoring. I would probably lead a heart in like a sort of money team's form of scoring, and I'm trying to play good bridge here, so I might have done that, but I'm not sure.
Okay,
it's close, and I can guarantee you Robson would never lead a heart. So there we are.
So it was a difficult hand to play and defend. So you led the 10 of hearts. Your partner played the 6, which
encouraging.
Okay, all right.
Encouraging, and he might have played the Jack, the Queen, Jack. So I'm already thinking probably Jack to 4.
Okay, all right.
Somewhere thereabouts, but I don't know for sure.
So Declarer took it
with the ace. Yeah. So I don't know. Important play from Declarer because I don't know where the Queen is.
Mm-hmm. And I think on paper you're supposed to play a club to the King and then a club to the Queen, but maybe because of the entry situation, it's more attractive to play club to the 10. What do you think?
Yeah, this is a difficult one. This is a very hard hand for Declarer because you kind of have a little secondary chances in diamonds. This is the thing. You might make 4 diamond tricks. 3 hearts is 7, a spade is 8, and someone ducking a club is already on 9th. So, you can play a club to the King. It's probably going to hold.
Yeah.
And then you can switch to diamonds, and you might be able to just make it on diamonds. So that might sway, and probably does sway a club to the King as being the right play, even though it's a bit awkward to get back to hand.
Okay. So Declarer took the heart and played a club to the King, which held the trick, as we'd probably expect.
And I know my partner's got the ace, because Declarer clearly hasn't got running clubs.
Yeah.
And my partner's clearly ducked the ace as they're supposed to leave a guess.
So now Declarer played a diamond to the King, and now you had a difficult problem as well.
I did, and I don't have long, because if I think about it and then decide that it's right to duck, I mean, I've given away the location of the ace of diamonds, which I didn't want to do. I should take the ace, I think, because I can then play a heart, kill the dummy. Had I done that, funnily enough, it would have only gone 1 down because Declarer would have played on diamonds and made 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, a club and a spade. I obviously can take the ace of diamonds and switch to the Queen of spades, but I don't really know how I'm supposed to know that that is right. I literally know nothing. Declarer could have 3 diamonds.
Yeah, Declarer's hand is a bit of a mystery at the moment, isn't it?
So I didn't have long to think about it, and I just decided I'm going to go with kind of my gut instinct on, having played bridge for as long as I've played it, that ducking the King of diamonds smoothly often works out well because Declarer is lulled into a false sense of security. They think the ace of diamonds is onside. They might still misguess the clubs, in which case they're going to go loads down.
Sure.
I thought it had enough going for it. It's a mistake, but it's like a human error, and it's reasonable, so I ducked smoothly on the diamond.
Well, bridge isn't like chess, and it's all very easy looking at all the hands, but we have to get into the heads of our opponents, and they don't always do the right thing.
Exactly, and well, indeed, that's what happened. Declarer's King of diamonds held, and she played a club, and I played small and sat there poker-faced, obviously willing Declarer to play the Queen of clubs, and eventually she did play the Queen of clubs, and my partner won the ace, and now she was in big, big trouble.
So now your partner won and returned a heart, I believe?
Yeah, there's a minor point of interest that I'll mention. Partner played back the 2 of hearts. It looks like Jack to 4, but it's possible partner's got Queen Jack 4th and sort of is carded this way. So Declare won the king of hearts and played a diamond and got the bad news. Partner showed out and he pitched the 7 of spades, encouraging. So he's sort of thrown a winner, but he hasn't got an entry anyway. So it went 10 of diamonds and I won the jack. And partners asked for a spade, so I switched to the king of spades. And Declare won the ace of spades. Okay, it would have been better for her to duck. But she won the ace, and she now knocked out my ace of diamonds. Now, partner needs to find a discard, and it's actually possible that I might make a mistake here and think, hang on a minute, maybe I should cash the hearts.
Yeah.
So my partner played a very, very clever card on here. He threw the jack of hearts away. And now I know he hasn't got the queen of hearts. And the reason I know is because you always pitch the top. It's the same with leading, the top of a sequence. So he hasn't got the queen of hearts. So he made it nice and easy for me, and I could just relax and play a spade. Lesser players might have discarded like a muddy heart on his hand and left me scratching my head. And, you always want to make it as easy as possible for partner.
Very considerate play.
And that's what he did.